There is some interesting development coming out of New York this morning that Quinnen Williams is reportedly on the trade block, and the first team to come to mind was the Dallas Cowboys. Not only because I am a Dallas Cowboy fan, but obviously their biggest hole is defensive tackle or just defense in general. Obviously, the Cowboys have been interested in all the Jets defensive players dating back to last year's trade deadline when it came to Jamal Adams, and then in the offseason before he got traded to Seattle for 2 first-round picks. And ever since then, the Cowboys really miscapitalizing on that trade since the defense has been a train wreck. Obviously, the Jets are dealing with Adam Gase, and that is a train wreck itself. But obviously, last night, releasing Le'Veon Bell, or actually 2 nights ago at this point, and he is making his decision tonight or tomorrow morning, which I think would be very interesting to see. But it seems as if the Jets are just breaking it down almost like the Miami Dolphins did last offseason or last regular season when they got rid of Minkah Fitzpatrick, getting rid of Tannehill before that, dropping off Balaj, getting rid of pretty much all their decent players. And now it's kind of falling apart for them, as it really didn't go to plan or as well as it did for Miami. Miami traded their players for first-round picks and got rid of everybody and really didn't have to make any releases or waves. And now the Jets get one trade off, and they have to cut the rest of the players because they can't find a trade partner, and it's going to cost them a lot of money. Now, here's where it comes into question in relation to the Dallas Cowboys. For the Jamal Adams trade I talked about a while ago, it was a perfect trade, in my opinion, to get rid of Chidobe Azuye, a couple of seconds, and maybe even a receiver on our team. It was reported that the Jets wanted Tyron Smith and a first for Jamal Adams. Then it became La'el Collins and a second. Then it became a first and Michael Gallup. And I'm glad the Cowboys pulled out of that because we shouldn't get rid of La'el Collins. We shouldn't get rid of Tyron Smith. We shouldn't get rid of Michael Gallup. And really, I'm glad we didn't get rid of a first-round pick at the deadline last year because we got CeeDee Lamb. And I'm glad we didn't give up a first-round pick because who knows, with Dak Prescott out now, that could be a high draft pick. And Quinnen Williams' stock has definitely dipped down since his production wasn't all there in his rookie year. But in the first 5 weeks of the regular season, it has been there. But obviously, it's been for the depleted New York Jets team that basically has nothing. So on the Cowboys, I think Chidobe Azuye is still a good trade asset. Obviously, he is our best defensive back, no doubt. But I think if we want to get a young defensive tackle, we'll have to get rid of our young corner who's due for an extension anyway, and he's going to want a lot of money. And I think Quinnen Williams has a lot more talent and fills our need. And I honestly think that it is very, very worth it to lose a corner, maybe a draft pick, for a young defensive tackle, obviously with Tristan Hill out for the remainder of the season. And obviously we lost General McCoy after playing 0 games after we signed him to a 4-year deal. The only problem is once the Jets start asking for first-round picks or star players, that's when it will be rested aside because the Cowboys do not need to give up any more assets, as it may come in handy the next couple of years. But like I said, I think Tristan Hill could be decent trade bait. I think Chidobe Azuye, even Anthony Brown or Jordan Lewis could be very good trade pieces. But I am going to be making a trade deadline video on the Dallas Cowboys, and I think every team, I'm going to try to grind it out, that has players that could be traded. But it's going to be very interesting, whether it's now, whether it's 3 weeks from now at the NFL trade deadline. I think Quinnen Williams will be a Dallas Cowboy, and I think it will give us tremendous benefits, as Donatari Poe has been kind of a disappointment, just as much as Tristan Hill was. He wasn't very good last year. This year he was our starter, and he really wasn't all that good, and that ACL tear was pretty much karma for injuring Chris Carson. And I'm not the biggest fan of Tristan Hill, even when we drafted him, so I think Quinnen Williams would be very, very good, not only for this year to help us, but for the long-term future. Obviously, trade deadline trades always help the Cowboys. We talk about Amari Cooper and Michael Bennett. I will make a video as soon as something goes down for the Dallas Cowboys or anybody regarding the NFL. Thank you guys for watching.